I'm Dan Carlson, one half of Two Kept Men,
And I'm John Kadolf, the other half of Two Kept Men.
and this is Shudder Club. Where we'll be reviewing Lucio Fulci's 1979 seminal zombie classic, Zombie.
Zombie.
Known to you UK viewers as Zombie Flesh Eaters, and to most of the world as Zombies 2. That was the distributor's attempt to confuse you into thinking you were watching a sequel to Dawn of the Dead.
By George A. Romero.
Yes, which was known as Zombie in other territories. I got to say, of all the ripoffs of Romero, Lucio Fulci got it the most right in the early 80s.
Yeah, he certainly did, Dan.
Yes.
I thought the horror effects were incredible in this, as was really kind of a lot of the acting ability, which I didn't expect.
Given that a lot of it is dubbed and kind of
Yeah, but what I mean by that is I just felt that comparing it to a lot of other amateur type zombie films, or what we see now as everybody's attempt to make a movie.
Backyard epics.
Yeah, these people, behaved as professional actors. So, okay, this guy is okay. So there's a boat, and it's sailing itself into the harbor in New York.
Yeah, and we should say that Italian movies of that time always had a scene at the beginning in the New York harbor. Yeah, so they could kind of trick people into thinking they're watching an American movie.
Yes. Well, it tricked me, because I was like, is this Italian? This isn't Italian. This is in the U.S. I said that. But anyway.
Said that out loud?
Out loud, I did.
So the boat should really have a sticker on it that says zombie on board.
Yeah, like on the back of the boat.
Right.
Because there was a zombie on board.
Yes.
It was the zombie corpse of our leading lady's father, who was sailing back from an island that he went to for whatever reason, and he was on his way back. He died, became a zombie, and then the boat shows up in the harbor, and the daughter, they won't release it to the daughter for various reasons, and because of that, she wants to sneak out to the boat. And she's confronted by a reporter, and he says, "Hey, you're going there, I'm going there. Let's go together." And so they go and they start looking around, and they start investigating and finding different clues as to what happened.
They go to the island, or they charter a boat. These two people are going out on like a little vacation with some scuba diving planned, some topless scuba diving, which I'm under the impression that the ocean is a little cold.
Not always, not everywhere.
Okay, because their plan is to go on this little trip, and they agree, to bring along our investigators.
Yep.
But their goal is really get topless, get underwater, and eventually they do that, and it culminates in probably the greatest scene in the history of zombie movies, where a topless woman is running away from a shark, swimming away from a shark who's being pursued by an underwater zombie.
Yep.
Who aggressively handles the shark. I mean, it's probably a nurse shark. I'm sure he wasn't in real danger. But still,
I love how the stunt person had to grab a hold of the shark,
yes.
To make it look like he was being attacked, and then was like going on the bottom of the shark very gently, as to not piss the shark off.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty fucking hilarious.
And the best part of that scene was when the zombie got his arm stuck in the shark's mouth.
And gets it ripped off.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's when we start to realize that we're watching something kind of gory.
Yeah.
So then we get to the island, and this doctor is doing these crazy experiments on the islanders.
Hmm.
Trying to discover what's bringing the dead back to life.
Yep.
And he's up to no good a little bit.
No good.
Yeah, trying to keep his wife from going to the police, kind of thing. And then the second best scene to ever appear in a zombie movie happens in this movie again. When a zombie grabs his wife by the head and pulls her in slow motion toward a piece of sharp wood and embeds it in her eyeball.
Yeah. Oh, see, I wasn't sure if that was a piece of wood or if that was the bony finger of the zombie that he shoved into her eye.
I was under the impression it was a piece of the door that was kind of protruding.
Oh, okay.
You got me.
I don't know why. I just kind of thought it was because then it came off and it broke off.
Oh, I kind of like.
I thought it looked like a bony finger.
Oh well, I kind of like that idea. And then, it takes a little while for our heroes to figure out what's going on and to get all in one place. But eventually, the zombies all converge on this. Was it a farmhouse?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, which most of it was filmed in like a basement or something, I think. And then it just gets gory and just full of love and laughter, splatter style.
Yep.
And then
Gore American style, Gore Italian style.
Yeah. So I didn't get to mention my first impression of this movie. This movie was my introduction to splatter movies. I came to splatter by walking through the Southbridge Mall and noticing this magazine, Fangoria, issue number 8, which had the zombie with the worms eating its eyes on the cover. And the second I saw that, my life was different. I knew I loved gore, and I just wanted to see every splatter movie ever made. And this movie is the reason why.
This is the first time I've ever seen the movie Zombie.
Yeah.
And so I actually kind of clapped when the zombie with the worms in his eye came out of the ground.
Because you've seen that. Have you seen that image before?
Because I've seen that image thousands of times.
Okay.
I've seen that picture of that copy of Fangoria, hundreds of times, and
because I've shown
seen
it
that
to you.
picture thousands of times. Yeah, probably because you've sent it to me that many times. And so being such an old film and being a foreign film, I wasn't expecting a lot, but I got a lot more than I expected. So I was really happy to see it. I'm sure I'll watch it again. I definitely recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. To those who have seen it, why not just watch it again? It's on Shudder.
No reason not to watch it again.
And I loved it when they're on the boat and you're like, well, let's listen to some music to bring the mood up a little bit. And they turn it on and there's a news report that New York is being overrun by zombies, and they're just like,
yeah, and that's a pretty aggressive shot to end your movie with just the zombies walking down the highway. The bridge.
The bridge. And all these cars are just going by like normal in both directions.
Right.
So there's like this zombie apocalypse happening, and it's all over the media. But people are still just commuting while the zombies...
Well, that's kind of the way it would probably be now.
Yeah, because until one is like, trying to eat through the window on the hood of your car, you're either not going to believe it or
It's like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where in the background you can see people getting chased, and you know that they've already discovered what's going on, but the people in the foreground don't.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of zombie movies that like that.
Shaun of the Dead has that.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead has that. The movie Us has that, even though they're not zombies. It's the same kind of thing where life is being carried on, and there's shit going down all around you, but you're so keyed into your thoughts, your life, your day, your phone, that you're not paying attention. And I like the social message that a lot of these movies are sending, even that far back.
I don't know if it was intentional.
It wasn't intentional.
It was obviously just that they grabbed that shot while they were still in New York and used it later.
Yeah. Sure. But what I'm saying is that,
it works. Yeah.
it you look back at that, and that's almost like a bad omen for the future.
I guess I pressed play 100 times already, and I would press play again.
Yep, I would definitely say press play as well.